points, 67 points in those first 3 games. But tonight, what would you attribute your offense finally clicking and you guys scoring 106?
Well, this is the finals. It's going to be a tough go offensively, always in the finals. It's never, everybody wants to win so badly that it's never just about making shots. It's always about how much guys are going to defend and rebound and hustle, and that's what we've been able to do these last 2 games. In terms of our offense, we just kept making big shots when we needed to, and we've been doing that pretty much all conference long. It just seems like when a team started to make a run at it, somebody hits a big shot. Stephen was tonight. Stephen was the one making those big shots. Maverick hit that big 4. Justin had 1. So we've been fortunate that we've been hitting the big shots when they count over this tonight anyway.
Coach, you all will take a lot of pride in your defense. Is there anything in particular that you consciously took away from the NBA?
Well, if I tell you, I have to kill you. We're just really just trying to play our game and not get too caught up in what they're doing. Like we keep saying, Rondé is special, and he creates so much havoc on the floor defensively, on the boards, but he also creates a lot of shots for his teammates. And I think the biggest key tonight was, and it has been the last 2 games, is, I don't want to motivate him anymore, but I think it's this guy right next to me and the defense he's been able to play over the last 2 games. As amazing as Rondé is, Steven's doing an amazing job as well. So this has been one of the huge keys of why we're back in this series.
Steven, just following up from what Coach Tim said, you averaged 11 points in the first 3 games, but also because you wouldn't have to defend Rondé from time to time. So let's just start with that. Allow us to take us to your experience. Just how has it all been defending Rondé?
Oh yeah, that's just been the biggest challenge for me in this series. Is obviously it takes a lot of energy on the defensive end, mentally and physically, just to lock in on that matchup individually, one-on-one defense, but also within the team scheme. And so that's kind of taken away a little bit of my aggressiveness offensively. The first 3 games I passed up some open shots that I know I needed to shoot. And today I didn't want to pass up any of those shots. I was able to, make some big time shots. My teammates found me when they needed to, and I did my job and was able to be more aggressive and put more points, like you said, in this game. But again, at the end of the day, there's no secret how much I want to win. Whatever I got to do to help this team. We made that adjustment game 3 for me to try and just get loose and try and make it difficult for Rondé. I know I'm called an import stopper, but we're not really stopping him. We're just trying to make it difficult. And so we've done a great job these last 2 games, and so we just got to do it for 2 more.
Steven, before this game, you also mentioned that you have yet to have a breakdown finals game. You have tonight, but you also mentioned that this is the best you're feeling in 4 days. Can you just walk us through how you're feeling right now and what you would like to bring in the next game?
At the end of the day, just my competitive spirit. I know at the end of the day, I just got to continue to show leadership, continue to lead my guys on the defensive end. Don't get discouraged when Rondé hits a tough shot. Obviously, he started the game hot, hitting some 3s. We can never put our heads down at all. I think that's the biggest thing about this group is just our resilience and our commitment to trying to get back to how we want to play. It started game 3, got the win, translated again, game 4, got the win. So we just got to continue to stay greedy and stay humble and stay hungry.
We're now opening the floor to questions from you.
Congratulations on the series. You already saw said your piece about the 4-point shot. Hindi mo kayo
This 4-point shot keeps coming up. Everybody wants me to believe in the 4-point shot. You just have to repeat myself. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's part of the rules and it's part of how we play the game. And we've got a couple of guys, especially Justin, who shoots really well from the 4-point line. So it's not a weapon we're going to ignore just because I don't like it. It's a weapon we have to embrace if it's going to be part of the rules. So, I said it before, the reason I don't like it is I don't like the idea of this just being a purely shooting game. There's more to the game than just shooting 3s and 4s. You know, there's getting to the rim, there's defense, there's execution of plays. You know, there's just so much more to the game than coming in and hitting threes and taking fours. And I think that the young players take a key from us by if we're constantly doing that, then we're encouraging them just to be 3 and 4 point shooters when we want them to be more. I want them to be more.
Maybe and somehow waster opportunities to their kind of either answering 3-point shots or defense to keep that for the teams.
Well, we're going to try, that's for sure. Like I said, we made big shots when we needed to. It looked like they were about ready to make a run at us, maybe change the momentum, and then we would make a big shot. And just, you know, it's one of those games. Every game is different. And tonight it was one of those games where we were hitting big shots. And like I said, we've done kind of had a habit of doing that throughout the conference. So hopefully we can continue doing it into Game 5. But that's not something we're going to rely on. You know, we're going to rely on, as Stephen just said, on our resilience and our desire to win. And that's what we're going to rely on. You have a question for Stephen first? Before you answer.
What is your reaction to getting 5 steals this game? Does that really mindset of yours is all important game?
You said how many steals I have?
5.
Man, honestly, yeah, just trying to get the deflections within the team concept. Again, this is one of the things where I can, you know, rely myself on when things are going good or bad for me is the defensive end, the energy I bring, my IQ, and I know it's a tough task. Every single possession I just have to be locked in. And I think the biggest thing for me, I just have to remind myself that I just can't get discouraged when he makes a bucket on me. 3-point shot or tough drive, like I can't be discouraged. It's or attrition over the game. And, but going into every single game, I don't try and count steals or anything like that. But again, I am proud of myself for that effort.
Can you go? I'll talk some more, but you can go ahead.
Coach loves to talk, so I'm out.
Yeah, you get out of here. Get ready. You don't get sick here. He was, by the way, he was really sick in Game 1 and 2, and he battled through it, continued to play through that sickness. So he's feeling better, and his game has gotten better. Go ahead.
Coach, because they had 15 points in the first quarter alone, was it by design and the opportunity presented itself, and how huge was that in setting the goal of your game?
Well, you know, Justin is always usually a very good starter, and especially in big games, he's a very good starter. And he knows how important he is to set the tempo and give confidence to the rest of his teammates. You know, if we can get out and get a lead, that gives confidence. And he's always through his career been a good starter. And the last couple of games prior to today, you know, he hasn't gotten off to good starts, and I know that's been bothering him. Yeah, we ran some sets for him outside the triangle early to try to get him going a little bit. And but you know, he basically does that on his own. You know, he does it through that's what's such a beauty about it is he does it through the offense. He doesn't just go on his own and try to do one-on-one. He does it through the offensive process.
Last Friday, you mentioned how today, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Now you get a full days of rest.
Well, yeah, it's going to be good for both teams, not just us. You know, they'll be able to collect themselves a little bit, and we'll be able to hopefully, you know, all we did was tie the series. It's 0-0 now. You know, it's the best of 3. So we can't live off the last 2 games and just, you know, feel good about that. We got to keep forward moving, forward thinking, and so that's what we'll be doing over these next 2 days, trying to get forward thinking. And, you know, obviously rested in rehab. We lost Joe for the second half tonight. We hope that maybe a couple of days will get him back in the lineup, but we lost Joe. And maybe he can get back, and then just giving Japeth and Justin a break is huge. Remember, Japeth is basically playing without a true backup. Isaac Go was supposed to be his backup. So he's being forced to play a lot of minutes, and we are really hard on Japeth. I mean, pushing. And, he's such a great person, and he never gets upset. But we are really on him hard to keep going. And it's been a tough hole for him going so far because he does not have a backup. Joe really is his only backup. So you can see in that second half, we couldn't get big anymore once Japeth leaves the floor. And I guess I should say that small lineup that Talking Tex plays is to their advantage, obviously. So we have a better advantage when we play big.
That wraps it up. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thanks, fellas.